My name is Theon James, and I am a director for a learning care group. I've been with the company 12 years, and I run a Tutor Time facility. This is my third school with the company. I love what I do. My job as a director has so many pieces to it, but the biggest part of my job is building families with the families that come in because we're providing a service to them, building those important relationships with my teachers so that way that I'm able to mentor them and inspire them to do greater things and really help them understand what it is that we do every day. Because I feel a lot of times like not even parents truly understand what we do every day. So working with the parents so that they feel comfortable dropping their children off and understand that, we're an extended family for them, working with the teachers to help them understand like what an educational, print-rich environment looks like for children and how important like everything we do, every lesson plan, every activity, like how that plays into them developmentally and pass it on from, one classroom to the next and giving them a lot of, stability and things that they don't get elsewhere. So that is a lot of my job. Of course, there's like business pieces, the non-fun emails and things like that. But I love to be out and about, meeting people, making sure that, I'm here for anything that they need and just building those connections and those relationships with the kids, my teachers, and my family. So that's a lot of what my job is.
So what inspired you to enter the field? What do you like most about it?
What I like most about it, being able to watch children grow. It's such an amazing thing. I do have 3 children of my own, but I started this before them. Just walking into a classroom and watching children's faces light up over the smallest thing, one silly song, doing an activity, reading a book. Our personalities show so much through them and we make such a difference in their lives every day. For me, I will always remember my first grade teacher and just all the funny things that she told us, all the patience that she had with us, all that time that she took with us. And that really stuck with me as I became older and as an adult. And I'm like, I really want to be able to do that for children someday, be that person that stands out for them, that was there, that validated all of their feelings, that understood their emotions, that gave them the next step in that educational piece so they wouldn't feel like they get lost in the wayside sometimes. So just being very patient and wanting to watch children grow and understanding that developmentally, we are where it all starts. So that's what really made me enter the field.
So what are some of the challenges that you face right now?
Inconsistency, I think, is the biggest challenge. Just as our world has been flipped upside down, the families are trying to decide if they want to come, what's going to be best for their child. The teachers themselves are trying to decide the same thing. They're kind of trying to understand how to emotionally, be there for their families, but be here as well and help understand. Not everyone understands why we're still working, why we're still here. And sometimes for the teachers, I think it's hard to explain to their families why they're putting everything at risk as others will see it and coming to work. But for us, we do a job that is so important every day to children and to those families that are still in need. First responders, essential workers, they need us to be here. And so being here for them, trying to provide some consistency for the children, especially my school age children that are out of school, their worlds are completely upside down. We want to make sure that we're still serving breakfast, lunch, afternoon snacks, that we're giving them that routine. We're creating that educational piece for school agers and helping parents out, whereas they're trying to figure all of those things out as the world's, flipping upside down for them and they're trying to go to work and figure out what's best. We just constantly want to communicate. And for some parents that works, for some they're finding it harder to deal with. And for us to just stay strong and happy and healthy and come with that same passion that we had before in midst of a crisis. So my team has been really awesome about that so far.
So you've stepped in to take care of the kids who are older, the kids who usually would be in school.
Yes.
And I'm assuming their parents are essential workers, first responders.
Yes, for some of them, yes, they are. Some parents may work at gas stations or grocery stores, and they're trying to figure out kids being out 2 months earlier than normal. What does that look like for providing meals and stability for them at home? And how do they find someone to care for them? How do all of those things come about? How do we fix that? And so for us, we're like, just bring them, we'll aid with this, we'll help with this. The meals are still coming. We have activities planned. They're going to be able to do these with other kids. Just give them some normalcy because they need us. So their children need us. They need to have that safe environment, that educational environment. They need to have that consistency. So it's really a privilege to be able to provide that to our families. And it'll build a different type of bond and relationship, when you can still have those smiling faces, those same teachers for your child to see when everything's going on in the midst of us as adults trying to hold it all together. We can give the kids that consistency that they need to continue to grow.
So let's talk about what you would like the public to know about early childhood education. Do you feel like you're seen, like your work is seen?
I feel like it's seen, but not as much as it should be. We as early child care educators, we give a lot, we provide a lot. There's so many details of what we do daily that I think truly get missed. There are all those milestone moments that we share with children. Those are all those vocabulary building times that we have with children. There are a lot of pieces from the outside looking in that just get missed because it's like, parents take their children to, as they call it, daycare, when it's really a child care facility. And a lot of those educational pieces, I think, are missed. My teachers work really hard to create lesson plans weekly so that the children are learning and developmentally growing. There are assessments on the preschool side that my teachers are doing and helping children meet those milestones. There are a lot of services that we provide, screenings for health, vision, dental, like all of those things I think do get looked over by the outsiders looking in. So we just have grown, I think, accustomed to that. But it doesn't change what we do every day. We come here and we're ready. We're ready to give the kids everything that we have. We're ready to watch them grow. We're ready to be diligent about giving them the best education that we can before they start into kindergarten.
Is there a silver lining for the profession after COVID-19? And what have you learned, like personally, what are you going to take away from this?
Silver lining, the silver lining I would be, the teachers have had the opportunity to work in smaller groups, which has given them a little bit more one-on-one with some of the children. We have worked and spoken to our parents, the ones that are attending and not attending, a little more than normal. So I think that we have some better relationships built. For me, I've learned a ton about my teachers, about just how much they are dedicated to what they do daily. You know how dedicated they are. You spend a lot of time with them daily, but when things are crazy and the rest of the world is like opting out of dealing with people daily, and I have my teachers who come in and it's, what can I do to help? Where do I go next? How is this family doing? They're reaching out to their families. They're wanting to stay in touch with them. So I think I've learned a lot of really about like perseverance and dedication from all of us, because it's not always easy every day. And we do have families of our own to think about, and we're managing to really pull together as one big family for our personal families, our families here at the facilities, and just doing what we can to keep their children healthy and safe, as well as our own families. So the silver lining is just really bonding with the families that we have here, the ones that are gone, and with my team members, and giving them encouragement and being able to still encourage and inspire and let the parents see as well how much we are dedicated to their children and to them as, as our families.